Chapter 477, Rank 5, Breath, Concealment Gumanyan. Translator. Chibi General Editor, Chibi General. After one day and one night, Fang Yuan walked out of Dong Hun Palace with an exhausted expression. He came to Dong Hun Mountain. Many guts goo had been created again during this period of time, but the quantity was half of the first time. Fang Yuan pinched some of them. Most were of no use because of immortal Gu Gruel Mud's powers. But Fang Yuan had slaughtered Yan tribe. After collecting many souls, there were a lot of guts goo. Relying on this enormous number, Fang Yuan's soul managed to advance by a lot. My current soul strength is over 5 times stronger than before. Unfortunately, there is still a large gap to 1,000-man soul. Fang Yuan closed his eyes for a while before opening them again with a slightly happy expression. This progress was quite big. If it were normal Gu masters, they would require 10 years or more to accumulate such results. But because of Guts Gu's help, Fang Yuan could easily accomplish this feat in less than half a day. No wonder Dong Hun Mountain was called one of the sacred lands of Soul Path by Thieving Heaven Demon Venerable. Among the things in my possession, Dong Hun Mountain's value is only lower to Spring Autumn Cicada. No matter what, I can't let it die. Thieving Heaven. Demon Venerable had once commented that Soul Path Gu Masters had 2 great sacred lands in this world. One was Dong Hun Mountain to strengthen the soul. Another was Luopo Valley to refine soul. Soul needed to be strengthened and also required to be refined. Fang Yuan used Guts Gu to rapidly strengthen his soul, but he did not have Luopo Valley to refine his soul. Thus he could only use Wolf Soul Gu instead. Wolf Soul Gu could transform a Gu Master's soul into Wolfman Soul, having the effect of refining soul. Guts Gu's production continued to drop. By the 3rd time, Fang Yuan only used 1 hour to pluck them all. Most of the Guts Gu had become mud paste, and relying on the small portion of intact Guts Gu, Fang Yuan strengthened his soul to 6 times. Little Hu Immortal was busy with her work. The Stargate Gu was once again activated, and Fang Yuan returned to Northern Plains. The moment he stepped out of the Stargate, Fang Yuan's first sight was the loyal guarding wolf group that surrounded the area. The Stargate was connected to Hu Immortal Blessed Land. Fang Yuan sent poison beard wolves and water wolves to the Blessed Land, while bringing Wind Wolf, Myriad Wolf King, and Turtleback Myriad Wolf King to Northern Plains. At the same time, he replenished the 3 wolf groups, raising the scale of the wolf group to 60,000. Fang Yuan did not immediately return to Geisha tribe. Instead, he picked up a half-finished product and began to refine Gupur. After spending a long while, when the first rays of sunlight shone on Crescent Lake, he obtained rank 5 breath concealment Gu. The heaven and earth of the 5 regions were different, whether it were Gu worms or Gu masters. Once they went into other regions, they would be suppressed. But different from Gu worms, human is the spirit of all living beings, and had great intelligence and adaptability. As long as a few years went by, Gu masters could completely adapt to the environment and obtain the recognition of the region, no longer facing suppression. And for the Gu worms to not be suppressed, Fang Yuan refined the Gu at Northern Plains. No matter where the materials were from or whatever Gu worms were used, the moment the Gu refinement was completed, the new rank 5 breath concealment Gu was born in Northern Plains and obtained Northern Plains recognition, not suffering from the suppression. Back then, Fang Yuan had obtained rank 2 breath concealment Gu in Ziyu Mountain. By refining and ranking up this Gu worm, the rank 5 breath concealment Gu was finally formed. At rank 5, breath concealment Gu did not have any huge changes, was still like a purple, exquisite tree leaf. It was just that the purple was deeper in color and even had a slight metallic luster. After using the breath concealment Gu to hide his cultivation back to rank 4 middle stage, Fang Yuan let out a breath of turbid air. He was now at rank 5 peak stage, and even after suffering the suppression in Northern Plains, he still had rank 5 initial stage aura. If he returned to GE tribe like this, it was sure to attract suspicion. At the same time, if one day a portion of the suppression lifts and his cultivation suddenly rose, it would result in conjectures and doubts. Breath concealment Gu could prevent such an accident. Fang Yuan returned to Ger tribe with the wolf group. As expected, the Yagi tribesmen were shocked and pleasantly surprised. But there were many wolf groups in northern plains. Crescent Lake was also a place filled with spirituality, and many beast groups gathered around it. It was not difficult to explain how Fang Yuan gained such a bountiful harvest. Fang Yuan placed a part of the wolf group inside the camp and another group outside, letting them move about. When he returned to the giant lizard house, Gay tribe leader Ge Guang immediately came over to pay respects, bringing 2 letters with him. Congratulations to Lord for gaining a huge increase in strength after this hunt. Ge Guang had 2 dark circles under his eyes. His face, however, had a joyous expression. Throughout this day and night, he had been cleaning up the battlefield with Jisha tribe elders, gathering the goods and dealing with those who surrendered. He was so busy that he had no time to sleep. Looking at Jisha tribe's strength expand in his hands, Ge Guang was very excited, causing his respect towards Chang Shanyin to deepen by another layer. He understood clearly that without Chang Shanyin, this day would not have come for Ge tribe. My luck was quite good, and I had some gains. Fang Yuan sat on the seat and lightly nodded at Ge Guang. His strength increase did not end with the wolf groups. His cultivation and soul also had huge advancement. Ge Guang and the rest would be terrified if they knew. At Langya Blessed Land, Fang Yuan had used up 1 chance to refine Immortal Gu and obtain Stargate Gu, thus causing his inactive chessboard to become alive again. Fang Yuan's strength progressed at an unimaginable speed every time he entered Hu Immortal Blessed Land. Everyone would find it hard to believe such rapid progress. However, it was also very reasonable when one carefully looked. Fang Yuan possessed a blessed land. He was growing using the foundation of a Gu Immortal. The difference between immortals and mortals were as different as night and day. Adding in his 500 years of experience that allowed him to absorb the rapid increase in strength, he could grow smoothly without facing any issues. Fang Yuan had been risking his life, like walking on a tightrope in between cliffs, to obtain these enormous wealth that changed into deep accumulation. Finally, the accumulation was changing into explosive growth and strength. Lord, by devouring Yan tribe, we have obtained a total of over 634,000 primeval stones. 1 rank 5 Gu, 27 rank 4 Gu, and many rank 3, rank 2, and rank 1 Gu. Besides them, there are over 2,000 Gu refinement recipes, 300 hump wolves, and many big stomach horses. Lizard House Gu numbers to thousands. Hundreds of mushroom Gu, and the number of captives are over 7,000, Ge Guang excitedly reported. Fang Yuan quietly listened, because he had taken down Yan tribe's higher-ups in 1 move, and also due to the surprise attack, Ji tribe was able to receive huge benefits. Especially the amount of captives, it was unexpectedly over 7,000. Among them were large numbers of rank 2 and rank 1 Gu masters who wanted to surrender. After Jitsi tribe incorporated them, the tribe's strength had increased by over 2-fold. Lord, this is the inventory list. After calculating, please take a look. You can take anything you want. Ge Guang respectfully handed Fang Yuan a list. To Fang Yuan, these resources were instead not essential. He had Hu Immortal Blessed Land now. The appeal of primeval stones to him had fallen down to the abyss. The days where he had to scheme for 1 or 2 primeval stones on Qingmao Mountain had already left him. He lacked immortal essence stones. The more he had, the better. Unfortunately, Yan tribe did not have a Gu Immortal, so how could they have immortal essence stones? The reason why Fang Yuan assisted Ji tribe was to have a chess piece, to act as a shield for him so that he could meddle in the heroes' assembly. If possible, he did not want to give up the identity of Chang Shanyin prematurely. The longer he managed the tribe, the more use it would have for him in the Battle of 5 Regions. According to the rules of the grassland, the half of these spoils are all mine. But these things are not suited for me, so I shall leave them with Ge tribe. Fang Yuan gave back the list to Ge Guang. Yes, Lord, Ge Guang promptly replied. My wolf groups will be fed by your tribe. Account for the expenses using my share of the spoils. Fang Yuan added. Ge Guang, however, shook his head and said with sincerity, Lord, the reason our Ji tribe can have this day is all because of you. How could I, Ge Guang, be a person who doesn't know favors? Feeding the wolf groups is our G tribe's responsibility. There is no need for lore to spend your wealth. I understand deeply that my abilities are not enough to manage the whole GE tribe. I hope Senior can guide and give me pointers in the coming days. Heh heh heh. Fang Yuan laughed and took a deep glance at Ge Guang. This young man before him could be considered to have some experience now. Although he had only held the tribe leader position for a short time, he had experienced trials and wandered in between life and death. He took risks and thus progressed rapidly. As the saying goes, heroes emerge in troubled times. This Goo Master world had a cruel environment, and it was not easy to live. And precisely so, heroes emerged in large numbers and endlessly. Ge Guang, you are pretty good. In that case, I shall become GA Tribe's external elder. Ge Guang's whole body shook before wild joy emerged in his face. He promptly kneeled on the ground. Junior is presumptuous and sincerely requests Senior to become the supreme elder of Ge Tribe. Supreme elder? Fang Yuan muttered. Ge Guang raised his head and looked at Fang Yuan sincerely. He knew J Tribe's current great situation was closely related to Chongshan Yin. That is the only way they can move stably and far, while obtaining the most benefits. If Chongshan Yin was not around, just relying on his rank, 3 cultivation would not be enough to suppress the expanding GE tribe. All right, I shall accept it, Fang Yuan agreed. By this point, Jia tribe's circumstances was also part of his plan. Ge Guang was only a rank 3 Gu master and had just taken the tribe leader position. Fang Yuan made J tribe take over Yan tribe. It allowed him to have greater control of this person. By controlling this person, he controlled G tribe. What? Yan tribe was exterminated by G tribe? At another place beside Crescent Lake, Wang tribe leader listened to the news and looked at BEI tribe's envoy with shock. BEI tribe's envoy was an old rank 3 Gu master, his face filled with wrinkles, gray hair, sunken and dark eyes. He was an enslavement path expert with some reputation in Northern Plains, named B.I. Tao Sheng. That is precisely so. Many tribes already know of this. Not long later, the news will spread to the whole Northern Plains. Your tribe is in a remote location and has many large beast groups in the surroundings. Thus, you were not able to get this news immediately. Bai Xiaoxing continued. I have come here to represent the alliance of BEI, Zheng and Pei tribe to request Wang tribe to join the alliance and punish Jurto tribe together.